Rabbi Shanowitz, the Chabad rabbi in Chicago who married Blair and me, he has the tradition on days when Yizkars are cited to talk about, to eulogize a Jew who has recently passed away. I remember after 9/11 how he spoke about several employees of Cantor Fitzgerald. And I remember how he has spoken about prevailers of the Shoah, unfortunately, with greater frequency. On Yom Kippur, when we last recited Yizkar, I spoke about two great lights that we've recently lost in Elie Wiesel and Shimon Peres. We lost both of them this past summer. They were both strong, proud Jewish leaders. There was, in fact, a third light we lost during the same period of time. It didn't impact the Jewish world in the same way. So I decided to put it in my back pocket until Shemini Atzeret today. Gene Wilder, the prolific actor, died on August 29th, 2016 at the age of 83. He will be remembered for roles in classic comedic films like The Producers, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and even Stir Crazy. Born Jerome Silberman, his Jewishness was palpable, felt through the screen, no matter whether Gene Wilder was playing a gunslinger or a chocolatier. Of the many beautiful articles written about Gene Wilder after his passing, there was one in Tablet magazine that was simply an excerpt from the book Stars of David, Prominent Jews Talk About Being Jewish, written by Abigail Pogrebin. In the excerpt, Wilder discusses being beaten by fellow students at a military academy for being Jewish, and instances of anti-Semitism growing up in Milwaukee. But in one instance, the article reveals Wilder's view on Judaism. And I quote, "I'm going to tell you what my religion is," Wilder announces, leaping to the point. "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Period. Terminato. Finito. I have no other religion. I feel very Jewish, and I feel very grateful to be Jewish, but I don't believe in God or anything to do other than that with the Jewish religion." Throughout the excerpt, he tells funny stories about studying to read the Torah for his bar mitzvah and his experiences with Mel Brooks. I'm not sure which is the greater Jewish honor. On the other hand, Wilder expresses deep doubt and cynicism about Judaism as a religion. And you know what? As an artist and as a performer, his expression of doubt, the doubt that he expresses for all of us. Wilder gave us, average Jews, a mirror to hold up and see ourselves on film. He experienced doubt, love, loss, as we all do in this room. He struggled to maintain his Judaism in spite of never for one moment doubting his Jewish identity, as we all do in this room. While I believe strongly in God and Torah and Israel, even in my proudest moments, I know that doubt is reasonable. And Jewish questions demand Judaism to delve ever deeper and bring more fulfilling answers forward again and again through the centuries. Those questions are important to the future of Judaism. As a performer, Gene Wilder could interpret our experience here in America always playing the outsider in The Producers and in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Gene Wilder always came off intelligent and reasonable, even when the world around him was created to be unpredictable and irrational. To be honest, of all his roles, my personal favorite, the role that meant the most to me, was his role as Rabbi Belinsky in The Frisco Kid. The excerpt from the article describes a classic scene from the film, and I quote, "In one hilarious scene in the film, Rabbi Belinsky has just been beaten, robbed, and abandoned by bandits in the desert when he spots a happily familiar sight in the distance, men in long black coats and black hats. He rushes toward them, assuming they're Hasidim, frantically talking in Yiddish about his ordeal, when he realizes they're not fellow Jews at all, they're Amish. I, meaning the author, ask him how he learned the Yiddish that he jabbered in the scene. Oh, that was from Mel, he says with a laugh. I told him, I want to get all excited when the Amish come. What can I say when I'm trying to talk to them and I think that they're Jews and I want to tell them I was beaten up? Suddenly, he's in character, accent and all. They nearly killed me, they chopped me, they kicked me in my kishkis. And I asked Mel, how could I say that in Yiddish? And Mel blurts out, you say, Gaga Hagen machen die Juden die Hiden? It's a rant, it's a constant rant of makeshift Yiddish that sounds like vintage Mel Brooks. I told Mel, wait, just wait. And I went and I got a pad of paper and I wrote it down. I got it all from Mel. Whether it makes any sense or not, I don't know. It always made sense. To us American Jews, the gibberish Yiddish, the pious but awkward stammering rabbi, the happy ending, it still makes sense to us today. Wilder had an everyman quality about him. We knew he was Jewish in every role. In fact, he could have been a part of any one of our families. And so, it was not surprising that after his passing, my mom forwarded me an email with a poem that Gene Wilder wrote. It's called A Yiddish Poem, attributed to Gene Wilder, and it's printed in all of our pamphlets this morning, where Torah commentary usually appears. I searched online and could not find any confirmation or any background to this poem whatsoever. But the fact that the comedic poem is attributed to Gene Wilder's Yiddish tells us how closely he was associated with the Jewish people, with Jewish values, and with Jewish comedy, whether in fact he wrote it or not. Comedy is part of the fabric of Judaism. Whether it's comedic moments in the Torah or whether it's stories from Chelm, there is an undeniable link between comedy and the Jewish people. We love to laugh, and we love to cry, and oftentimes we love to do them both together. We did both with Gene Wilder. We all owe him a debt of gratitude. I will miss him, and he'll live on forever as my children are just now beginning to watch some of his glorious work. May Gene Wilder's memory always be a blessing for the Jewish people and the world.